So I just read this incredibly disturbing column about Patrick Kane, who, let me fill you in if you're not a hockey fan. If you know me, you know I'm a hockey fan, and you know Patrick Kane's my favorite player. But I gotta tell you, I like to think that I'm speaking for any celebrity of any kind, any professional athlete, actor, whatever, who has been accused of a crime. Because we are so quick to make assumptions about these people and to assume that they're guilty. And I just read the most infuriating, ignorant, awful column ever. And I've gotten pretty mad before. I've written a lot of letters. I used to write letters when I was a teenager. I wrote a letter to Josh Dubow. Shout out to you if you're watching. An Associated Press writer, an actual credible source, about an article that I got upset about. And he responded to me because he is a professional. So thank you for that, Josh Dubow. I wrote letters to Bud Selig, the former Major League Baseball commissioner, when I was upset about articles. And so now I'm using this media to just voice my disgust, really, with this column that I read. Note, it's a column, so it's an opinion. It's not based on any kind of facts. So let me give you a little background. Like I said, okay, Patrick Kane was accused by a woman of raping her about a week and a half ago. He has not had any charges filed against him. They did a rape kit and has not had any charges filed against him. Just saying. I'm not saying he's innocent, but I'm saying, is it impossible or inconceivable to give him the benefit of the doubt because he's a professional athlete? Would your best friend, your brother, sister, niece, nephew, aunt, uncle, husband, wife, mother, father, whatever, would you not want them to have the benefit of the doubt? Would you want them sprawled all over your local media with all kinds of crap being said about them until there was any proof or facts? Or God forbid, what if it was you? This is as serious. Empathy is seriously lacking in our society today. This is a major issue. People don't even know what that is. Sympathy and empathy are two different things. And if you don't know the difference, I suggest you pause this. Pause this right now and come back to it. Because that's more important. That you understand what empathy is. And that you embrace it. Because you're going to want somebody to be empathetic toward you someday. Not sympathetic. Empathetic. 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 But our society is so judgmental, lacks empathy, and is just pretty much full of hatred and ugliness. It's awful. And that's exactly what this column is, and that is why I am responding to it. So, first I want to say, obviously I'm a woman, and I'm not a feminist by any means, but, rape is not okay, abuse is not okay, abuse of any kind, sexual abuse, and no abuse is okay. And I pray that nothing did happen to this woman. I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm not saying she's making false allegations. I'm simply saying, until we have facts, evidence, proof, until our criminal justice system, because we do live in America, this is America that this is happening in, a democracy that has a criminal justice system and follows due process of the law, I think that it is deserved for every citizen to receive those same uh, God-given, if you want to call them that, rights. There are rights. I mean, let's just, freaking move to Russia or China if you don't believe in that, and if you want to just form public opinion and crucify somebody. I'm going to go all religious on us now. I'm going to get religious. You know what? Jesus was crucified on the cross by a court of public opinion. If you read in the Bible, King Herod was too much of a wuss to stand up to the crowd, and he was like, I don't feel like making a decision, so y'all just do whatever you want with him. I don't see that a crime was committed, but since y'all are making a big deal out of it, do whatever. That's not okay, in case you didn't know. And if you're not a Christian and don't believe in Jesus or anything like that, then just think of it from a just logical perspective. That's not okay. We have a set criminal justice system with laws and procedures, and everyone should be granted that same courtesy and right to go through that, and not to have to be prosecuted and criminalized and made out to be this vilified, that's a great word for it, by the media and by us. And going back to Jesus, it's not really our place to judge anybody anyway, whether they're a celebrity or not. So I don't know why this is such a big deal right now, and don't you hate on me and say that I'm saying rape doesn't matter. That's not what I mean. I'm saying, why is this a big deal when no charges have even been filed? Is it that slow of a news week? Really? Is it? Alright, let me tell you about this article that made me mad. I'm sorry, column. Because it's opinion, not based on fact. It is written by Tim Befo, if I'm pronouncing that correctly. He is a columnist for CBSChicago.com. And let me also point out, they have one of those little disclaimers at the bottom of his column online that states that his views and opinions expressed in that column are not necessarily the views and opinions of CBS or any of its affiliates. Okay, so the column, is entitled Don't Contribute to the Cult of Patrick Kane. The Cult of Patrick Kane. I assume he's really talking about a cult following in a more of a social term. So most professional athletes that are successful and popular, like Patrick Kane, have something that you could call a cult following. They're also called fans to normal people. He's essentially saying here to me, in my opinion, this says, don't contribute to being a fan of Patrick Kane. Because God knows that dude is a rapist. I mean, he might as well have written that, and that's ignorant. Okay. Forgive me for looking down. I'm just making sure I'm reporting facts here as I give my opinion, because I want to make sure I accurately quote him from his column. Mr. Befo states, if you fall back on, quote unquote, let's wait for all the facts, you are very much a cultist. Wait, so we should form opinions before we get facts? That's kind of a new and different concept to me. Not sure if I like that. Not sure if that makes any sense to me. I'm going to have to think about that. if you can logically tell me how that makes any sense, please feel free to comment below. Let me know what's going on that one. So, yeah, you're a cultist, very much a cultist, if you think that we should wait for all the facts before we form an opinion. Okay, that's good. Okay, so then he says, if you are hiding behind the bastardization of innocent until proven guilty, you're a cultist. That's the same thing. He basically just repeated himself in different words, but facts and innocent till proven guilty, like I said, go to freaking China, dude. If you don't like our criminal justice system and you want to stone people, there's a ton of third world countries that I'm sure would accept you. If you want to be one of those people that throws stones at somebody who may or may not have committed a crime, go for it. Go for it. I'll help you pack your bags, friend. Ignorant. Then he says, so we're on social media right now if you're watching this, so most of you are aware of what hashtags are. So he says, if you're sincerely using a hashtag in social media, like I support 88 being Patrick Kane's jersey number, he says, hoo boy, you are the ultimate detestable cultist. Oh. So, let me ask you this. This goes back to the whole empathy thing again. So if you paused and had to go look it up and came back, you get what I'm saying now, right? Okay, so if this were you or someone you cared about, would you support them until you knew that they were guilty? Wouldn't you give them the benefit of the doubt? Wouldn't you want it? Wouldn't you feel like they deserved it? Or wouldn't you feel like you deserved it if it were, God forbid, you? Apparently not. Apparently, Mr. Buffo says that you're detestable if you support someone that you care about. And it is possible to care about somebody that you've never met. Let me just tell you that. That's kind of that, going back to, I didn't mean to make this about religion and Jesus, but it really, partly is. Everybody, even Mr. Buffo, everybody is my brother and sister in Christ. And I'm supposed to love everybody and treat everybody with respect and love and dignity and how Jesus would have treated them. So, right, so supporting someone, loving, doing all those other things that I just said, that to Mr. Buffo is a detestable concept. Okay? He also says, all cultists, so pretty much anybody who's a fan and is supporting him and waiting for facts and waiting for, the due process of the law and the criminal justice system to do its work, how it was designed to do it, you're a cultist, according to this guy. All cultists in this situation are rape culturists. All cultists in this situation, as he has described them, as I have described via his quotes, are rape culturists. I never said rape was okay. I'm saying leave the man alone until, the police haven't even come and talked to him. The police haven't even come and taken him away. The police haven't questioned him. And I'm a rape culturist because I don't want to crucify him? Okay. That's where he really lost me. Totally lost me. totally lost me. Totally. So, um, I tried in a very as respectful a manner I could to tweet to Mr. Buffo and let him know that I thought that this was a pretty ignorant column. Pretty ignorant column. And it kind of made me sick, really. Um, and he responded with a video clip from The Simpsons, the cartoon The Simpsons. Right. So he had a really intelligent response for me, and I really appreciated that. I'm being sarcastic. Um, and I just really, if you want to see that, my Twitter handle is at AmyBeth43, so you can check that out there on Twitter, if you so desire. And then I guess a couple of his followers looked at my Twitter profile, my Twitter account, and it's a very brief description of my interests. So I said I like the Chicago Blackhawks NHL team, Baltimore Orioles, Major League Baseball team. I love pit bulls, dog breed. I love the beach, and I love country music. And some dude tweeted back like, "Oh, country music and pit bulls. We see how credible she is." Really? Can we not discuss this? Like, does he just have these crony followers? This is the kind of just crap that makes me so mad. Like, it infuriates me. It infuriates me. So, yeah, you know what? I do support Patrick Kane. Because why am I going to assume that somebody is guilty before I have any facts or really any hard evidence that's been released at all that a crime was committed, other than an allegation? Trying not to be ugly here. I'm thinking things. I'm not gonna say them. I'm gonna try to be a good Christian and not say them. Not perfect. Not perfect. So I apologize if this is offensive to anyone. But this column was offensive to me, and I think that it's offensive to Patrick Kane, and I think that really, if Mr. Buffo was a real man, he would issue an apology to Patrick Kane. I don't care about me. I don't care about him calling me ignorant and calling me a cultist and a rape culturist, and calling me detestable for supporting Patrick Kane. But I think he owes Patrick Kane an apology. And especially, I expect, and I will write to CBS Chicago. Don't test me, I will. If, and I believe he will be, but that's just my opinion, again, not based on anything in particular, other than the fact that there are no facts released about this situation or allegation, other than hearsay, which we all know you cannot be convicted based on hearsay or we'd all be in jail. I expect him to be acquitted of any. There aren't even charges. He can't be acquitted of them. I expect this allegation to go away, and I expect him to be completely innocent because there is nothing to prosecute him for. If I'm wrong, I'll say I'm wrong and I'll apologize. However, I expect Tim Buffo to issue an apology, and I will ask CBS Chicago for that. I will personally ask them for an apology to Patrick Kane for this despicable, just viewpoint column. I'm going to put a link down here for y'all if you want to read this column. It's just nasty. It's nasty. Why do we all have to be so nasty to one another, so ugly? Why does the world have to be so ugly? There is so much ugliness already taking place. Why are we egging it on? It makes me pretty mad. I don't understand. Anyway, that is my opinion. That is my viewpoint. We will just see what happens with this situation. I will post another video when all the facts come out, even though that's really weird of me to want to wait till the facts come out. I will post another video, whether I'm wrong or right, and discuss. But just wanted to talk about this. If you're going to comment, please be kind, and please do not use any foul language, and please do not name call. That's all I ask, and I don't think that's asking a whole lot from grown, adult, mature people. So, feel free to comment. We can have a respectful discussion about this topic. Until next time, thanks for watching. Have a great night.